What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the City Life Project YouTube channel for yet another live picks and predictions video. And that's right, another pay-per-view. UFC 298, Volkanovski versus Topuria. That's right, we had to get through some mediocre fight nights to get to this awesome card. Now, I know there were some great fights that fell through. I know that it was, a 14 fight card eventually. Now it's 12, but we have a ton of great matchups here. And I think we're going to see some entertaining fights, guys. I think we're going to see some entertaining fights. Keep the comments coming. We will get to the comments in chunks throughout the show because we want to tackle as many picks and predictions as we can. We'll probably do like four to five picks. Then we'll go back to the comments and hear your guys' thoughts. And if you guys want to save your thoughts till the end of the picks and predictions show, we'll just hang out with you guys and take all your comments there right after we give out. So this is a reason to stay till the end of the show. Our degenerate and safe parlay of the week. The safe one almost hit last week, but I think we got... let's just say this. I was excited. This was an easier card to put those picks together. What's up, Hockey from Home? What's up, Irish Snack Box? It's good to see you. With all that being said, I posted a link to a new channel of mine, a new project of mine, which we'll get into more on that at the end of the show, membership stream, Discord, and in other streams this week. But go check it out. Link in the description here. Go subscribe. What's up, Jay Herbo? Merab by TKO. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We'll start right now. We're going to start with the early prelims. We're going to go all the way through the card until the main event, giving my picks and predictions throughout this entire card. So let's start with number one here. Miranda Maverick against KGB, Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee, KGB, 13-8 as a pro, is on a 3-fight losing streak, 2-3 in her last 5. She is the underdog at plus 170, 35 years of age, been in the UFC for a while now, if I'm not mistaken. Up against Miranda Maverick, a pretty big prospect in women's MMA coming into the UFC to start, but is just taking, whenever she takes a step up in competition, she tends to lose. She is, however, 3-2 in her last 5 fights and is a pretty big favorite. Almost 10 years younger as well. What's up, Hog from Home? 2 and Hernandez. It's good to see you guys. Quickly looking at Miranda Maverick here. Out of elevation fight team, 1 KO, 2 KO, 7 submissions, 4 decisions. A very strong and good wrestler and grappler. What's up, JL? Good to see you. Let me guess, the poll has Neal. 5-3 in the UFC, 6-2 in Invicta. Everyone seems to just beat up on Priscilla Cachoeira, Jasmine's Jadu Vicious, who beat Miranda Maverick. Really good win by Jasmine there. Also beat recently. She beat Shayna Young, Sabina Mazo. Who are those fighters, right? And then lost Aaron Blanchfield and Macy Barber, a step up in competition, respectively. Does have a win over Jillian Robertson, which, hey, you out-grappled her to a decision. That is positive. And then again, some good wins on the rise. And, 10-5, 10-4 guy when you're 5-2 and 6-2, respectively. Andrea Lee, she's been around for a while. 13-8 as a pro. 3 KO, TKO, 5 submission, 5 decision. Doesn't get knocked out. Rarely gets submitted, but has lost 7 decisions now in her pro career. 5-6 in the UFC, 4-2 in Invicta, 2-0 in LFA. So she actually fought everywhere, in her time. Lost to Natalia Silva, lost to Macy Barber, lost to Viviana Arroyo. Honestly, lost to decent opponents in her last 3 fights. Beat Calvillo and Antonina Shevchenko, which, decent. But lost to Moxanne Modafferi, Lauren Murphy, Joanne Wood. And this is their second 3-fight losing streak. Recently anyway, since 2019. So yeah, that's not very good. That's not very good at all. And Ashley Evans Smith, who hasn't beat her, right? Yikes. Yeah, guys, vote in the poll question. We'll check on that at the end of the show as well. Wins over a young Veronica Hardy, though. What's up, Baptiste? Salut. Good to see you. I got Miranda Maverick in this one. Fear the Maverick. Way younger, relentless pressure. No way that KGB cracks her like Jasmine did a few times. And, Jasmine I don't know if it was broke her nose or messed up her orbital, but hit her hard. Maverick has wins over men names, but better than KGB's at this point. Let's be perfectly honest, especially in the UFC. I think she wins by decision or gets like a second round or third round submission. Keep the comments coming. I'll check in on them the best I can, but we'll save them if a bunch come in for chunks of the show, guys. Val Woodburn against Oban Elliott. Oban Elliott, it was in an absolute scrap on Dana White's Contender Series. Got tested in that one as well. Whereas Val Woodburn was brought in on short notice. So he fought, so he signed a contract to the UFC where I believe it's a 4-fight contract, and you automatically burn one of them, coming in on short notice. But yeah, well, let's get into this one here. He came in as a replacement to fight Bo Nickel. And basically everyone's like, well, maybe he lands, his signature big shot and he puts him out and it's over. But nah, he got absolutely obliterated and out wrestled by Bo Nickel. What's up, Metallica fan? 7-1 though, as a pro's only loss came to Bo Nickel on a short notice in the UFC. So no shame in that. 5 KO TKOs, 2 decisions. Spot in Combat Night where he went 7-0. Has he crushed some cans? Yeah, but when he was 3-0, he fought a 3-1 guy. When he was 4-0, he fought a 3-1 guy. Like, are those really cans? No, those are guys at the same level as him. Took a step up in competition, sure. Not the best record there, but someone with a lot of experience. Same with this cat. And those are 2 that went decision. I get it. But he does have knockout power, and it was evident on the amateur scene as well. Wrestler who's got that big overhand, but short and stocky. Up against Oban Elliott, who did show that he does leave his chin out. He is hittable, which is it's a little frightening. 26 years of age out of Wales. He's the pretty big favorite here. I believe he's training with Jack Shore and that crew now. Just all the big names out of that region. Minus 290 as a pro. 9-2, 5-0 in his last 5 fights. 2 KO, 3 submissions, 4 decisions. Yeah, this was an absolute scrap. If you guys haven't seen that fight against Kaique Brito, which I believe Brito was the favorite in that one. Go check it out. He was 7-2 on Cage Warriors. And he has some good wins. He's crushed some cans, but he has some good wins sprinkled in his young fight career. Figlak actually continued to win after that. Flaminas continued to win after that, and that was a big step up in competition. Then was able to put a win streak back together. Metallica fan, good day, Chat. Hope all is well. Can't wait for the long weekend and great fights. Yes, long weekend up there in Canada, and a great weekend of fights here everywhere in North America and worldwide. Let's go, Metallica fan. I'm gonna go with Oban Elliott here. Now, I don't think this is the worst underdog. I don't think it's the worst if you want to sprinkle, a half unit or something on the knockout, or even just a little some on the knockout, just because he is hittable. But yeah, I just think Oban Elliott. I know Oban Elliott is just more well-rounded than Val Woodburn at this each stage at this stage in both of their respective careers. He's fought way better guys on the regional scene. And Oban Elliott's fought both wrestlers and big strikers. Val Woodburn's nothing, his style's nothing new to him per se. He's taller. Val Woodburn does have the reach on him though, short, stocky, but long arms, which is why he's able to connect and knock his opponents out. He's been KO'd twice. That is Oban Elliott. And Val hits hard. So like I said, the KO bet for Val Woodburn is not the worst. If you got a little bit to play around with, that's not the saving grace by any means. That's not the safe one by any means. Like I said, Elliott had a great performance with Dana White's Contender Series against a dangerous opponent in Brito. I think first round's gonna be scary, but second round onward, Oban Elliott's gonna win this. Again, the guy who he fought on Contender Series was 16-4, I believe, going into that one, or 16-3, and was the favorite and was a savage, and you saw that now. And Oban Elliott really had to dig deep. Now, did he get banged up in that one? Yeah, but it was a while ago. I believe. 26 years of age, he's probably recovered by now. But yeah, I think second round onward, it should be easy money for Elliott. So that is my pick. All right, next fight. Josh Quinlan versus Danny Barlow. Danny Barlow was supposed to fight our boy Kinoshita, but Kinoshita had to pull out, unfortunately. The first two fights of Kinoshita in the UFC after an impressive Dana White's Contender Series victory have not been good. He lost twice. This was going to be his third fight and kind of final chance, and he gets injured. So who knows what the UFC do with Kinoshita after that. But anyways, filling in is do we call him a knockout artist? The hard-hitting Josh Quinlan. 6-1 as a pro. He did lose his last fight to Trey Waters via decision. He is the slight underdog because he's coming in on short notice, filling in for Kinoshita. I believe it was 2 weeks' notice. Up against Danny Barlow, the hard-hitting and dangerous striker in Danny Barlow. Let's take a look at Danny Barlow first because he is undefeated. He is undefeated, 7-0, and 28 years of age. So he's not even 30 yet. Coming in through Contender Series, 4 KO, TKO, 1 submission, 2 decision. Beautiful, beautiful knockout against Raheem Forrest, who a lot of people were talking about Raheem Forrest coming into that one. And man, he shut up the doubters. Honestly, I think I picked Raheem Forrest to win in that one too. Beautiful, beautiful knockout power there. And he was knocking guys out left, right, and center in Cage Fury FC altitude. Now, the guys are good. The guys haven't been good outside of his, Contender Series fight. Let's be perfectly honest. But at least he's finishing them. And if not finishing them, beating them up. Like, watch this fight. He destroyed this guy. And again, he was 3-0 going up against a 1-0 guy. I'm not really going to blame him. He's still pretty young to mixed martial arts, pro mixed martial arts. And as I say, I don't really judge a fighter based on their opponent until they've hit 4 or 5 professional fights. When you're fighting in your fifth one there and you're going up against a 2-1 guy, that one, like, I'm gonna be like, come on, man, like, take a step up in competition, and boom, he does on the big stage and gets it done. I think there's a lot more to his game as well. I do think he's actually more than just his good striking. I think he's actually pretty well rounded, and he had a decent amateur career, going 6-1, beating some decent guys. Josh Quinlan, 6-1. Like I said, he did lose his last fight, 4 KO, TKO, 2 submissions. And he's only losses come via decision. 3-0 in LFA, 1-1 in the UFC. He had no contest on Contender Series. He beat Josh Witt with that impressive knockout and then lost the decision to Trey Waters. He did not look good in that fight, and Trey Waters isn't the greatest. And I know Jason Witt is not the greatest either, but beautiful, beautiful knockout nonetheless. Kind of the same thing as Danny Barlow. I'm not going to judge him based on his opponents here. And even so, he took a step up in competition. 3-0 going up against a 6-3 guy, and he knocked him out in the third round. 3-1 guy when he was 4-1. Finished him in the third round, rear naked choke. So I do like that trajectory. I do like that part of the resume. And 6-0 in the amateur scene. 6-0 in the amateur scene. Coming in on short notice, though, I know that's just a factor. That's just a factor. I actually like Danny Barlow in this one. Despite him having a more padded record on paper, I think he is more dangerous as a striker. And I think there's more there than what Josh Quinlan has as far as an overall game. But we'll see. We'll see. I've been watching both of their fights back, and I like Danny Barlow. I like Danny Barlow in this one. I am annoyed that Kinoshita pulled out. I think Kinoshita is a better opponent than Quinlan, and Danny Barlow had a full camp preparing for a better, more well-rounded guy, a more dangerous guy. Like I said, I don't like necessarily padded record of Danny Barlow, but at least he's been knocking them out. It's not like he's been going decision with guys who are like 5-5, for example. Prepared, undefeated. Quinlan's record is good. Great KO and UFC debut. I just think Danny Barlow's a little bit more well-rounded. What's up, Phony Turgeson? Sup, fight fans? Happy Thirsty Thursday. What's up, Phony Turgeson? It's good to see you. By the way, guys, membership stream after this. We will set it up after this picks and predictions video. Quinlan is also self-admitted drug cheat, apparently. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. He actually he failed a drug test. That's why it was a no contest. And he has not denied it. So there you go. I mean, USADA's not involved in the UFC anymore, so maybe they're just going to let him run wild. But we'll see. We'll see if he's on or off the secret juice. Anyways, let's move up the card here again. Big shout out to you guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already. We'll post timestamps to this if you're watching it on Friday or Saturday morning. What's up, Colonel JL Yoisha? Happy to join y'all for the predictions. Happy to have you too as well, buddy. I was gonna say Andrew A, but it's Colonel JL. Our next here on the card, we have Mingyang Zhang against Brenson Ribeiro. This one should see. This is gonna be one of those fun ones, man. I don't JL Seption. This one I don't see going to the judges' scorecards, to be perfectly honest. I really don't. I think this is going to be a tough fight for both of these guys, and I think this is going to be an exciting fight for us, the viewers. Both these guys are dangerous. Both these guys are dangerous, and the Mountain Tiger, Mingyang Zhang, is the favorite at -140. He's 25 years of age. He's coming off road to UFC. He's 5-0 in his last 5 fights, and he's 16-6 as a pro. So he's got a lot of experience, mind you. He has fought Wulin Fang. What is Wulin Fang notorious for? Sick knockouts, but can Russian league, ladies and gentlemen, going up against a 27-year-old, so a young Brazilian who's 15-5, so similar record. 3-2 in his last 5, but on a 3-fight win streak, and had a tremendous knockout against a 11-0 Bruno Lopez in Dana White's Contender Series. Both of them are dangerous. 9 KO, TKOs, 6 submissions, 0 decision. God damn it. You guys know how much I love that. You guys know how much I love that. He has been knocked out twice. He has been submitted twice, because when you play with fire, sometimes you get burned. 2-1-1 in Revelation Fighting Championship. Beaten 11-0 guy, 7-1 guy, 29-18 guy. So 2 out of his last 3 wins have been against very, very good opponents, and he's finished all 3 of them. He did get knocked out twice in his 2-fight losing streak before going on this run. But before then, his 3-fight win streak, he finished all his opponents 2 submissions, 1 knockout. So mixes it up, and honestly doesn't have that bad of a record at all. Zhang, though, he's on a hell of a win streak as well. 10 KO TKOs, 6 submissions, 0 decisions. This is what I'm saying, y'all. This is going to be a tremendous fight. 6-1 in Wulin Fang, 3-0 in Huya Fighting Championship. Beat a 7-2 guy on road to UFC. Great win there. He knocked him on the first round early. Before then, crushed some motherfucking cans, ladies and gentlemen, but some sprinkled in some decent wins as well. Now, he was 500. Right? He was 500 before going on this streak. So props to him, man. Props to him. Fun Kunlun as well. You know, he took big step ups in competition and lost, but he's dangerous. He's a little bit more one-dimensional than Ribeiro, who is more well-rounded. Let's be perfectly honest. And I do think Ribeiro, I don't know, like he doesn't get dropped as easy. Not to say that Zhang has a bad chin. He just gets tagged a little bit more easy from what I've been seeing in his last few fights anyways. So I am going with the underdog here. I'm going with Brenson Ribeiro. Like I said, this is going to be a fun fight for the fans. Both are dangerous. I think he's fought and finished better guys overall, especially the guy on Dana White Contender Series. Overall, Zhang's fought more cans, but sometimes it's tough to gauge. It's like, okay, well, we've seen can crushers come into the UFC and do fine. It's kind of a coin flip with those who are fighting in Wulin Fang over Kunlun. Usually the Kunlun fighters do a little bit better coming out of China anyways. Someone's getting KO'd though, and I trust the Brazilian more in this one. Yo, what's up? Khabib is a bum. Oh, geez. What's going on? Khabib is a bum. Love the name. What's up, Hank the Tank? Hank the Tank rolling into the station. Congrats on the 8,000 subscribers. Let's fucking go. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. Khabib used to only smoke American spirits when he was a teenager now, and used to smoke meth. Well, I'm glad you're off the meth. How can you? What's up, Funk Master? How can I what? How can you? How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. All right. There we go. I'm going with the Brazilian. What is Gravedigger Jones' rule? If you don't know too much about either the fighter, always go with the Brazilian. How is Ilia not on the list for the best underdog? Because I'm pretty sure he's the favorite. It was even the last time I looked at it. It was shifting. He was the favorite and even. So That's why. That's why. Because he was I think he was like minus 110 or minus 120 when I last checked. That's why. Oh, and Elliot, are you crazy, man? Are you crazy? All right, next one on the card here. And man, I know Funkmaster's dropping a little on the Ecuadorian. I know he's going this one easy money. He's going with the weathered veteran. I know Funkmaster's feeling Vera, isn't he? Dude, Carlos Vera. This is one I think Funkmaster's going to pick, guys. This is one I think Funkmaster's going to pick. I can just feel it. Next here on the card, we have Rinya Nakamura up against Carlos Vera. And Carlos Vera was a prospect on the last Ultimate Fighter, despite being 35 years old competing there. He's not bad. He's not bad. 11-3 as a pro, 4-1 in his last 5 fights, not including the exhibition fight where Brad Katona beat him on the Ultimate Fighter. But he's going up against an undefeated, talented wrestler who's just that. Hasn't really put his submission game together yet. Yeah, he's knocked out some cans, but like he's not the most polished striker. But again, his wrestling and his toughness is incredible in the young prospect, Rinya Nakamura. I actually like this matchup for both of them. Carlos Vera, okay, show us you can take out a prospect, much like everybody did on the Ultimate Fighter, who came back into the UFC. And Nakamura, it's like, okay, take out this guy who, you know, he would be a guy, say you were in LFA right now or Cage for UFC at the top of that promotion. This would be a guy that you fight for a title, right? Like, this is a good matchup, I think, for both of them. Carlos Vera, 11-3 as a pro. 1 KO, TKO, 5 submissions, 5 decisions, 1-0 in LFA, 4-0 in Fury, and 3-0 in RMMA. Again, lost to Brad Katona on the Ultimate Fighter in the exhibition fight. Before then was on a win streak against an 8-1 guy, 5-1 guy, 9-4, and 7-3. That's a damn good win streak right there against some good opponents on the regional scene. Lost to 12-4 guy and a 9-1. No shame in that, man. No shame in that, right? So like, he is a crafty veteran, not really dangerous as far as his striking, but maybe his submission game. However, I do think Nakamura is going to out wrestle him if he does try to use that game. So his path to victory is keeping this on the feet and going to decision, in my opinion. And something that, again, a well-rounded, crafty veteran could do. However, Rinya Nakamura, man, he's just all gas, no brakes. He's the minus 850 favorite for a reason. Undefeated, talented wrestler out of Japan. 5 KO TKOs, 1 submission, 2 decision. Again, despite his grappling and wrestling being very good, he just hasn't like put his jiu-jitsu game together yet. And despite his knockouts, his striking is not polished, like I said, but he does have the power. He's a wrestler, right? That's their game. 2-0 in the UFC. He had 2 wins in road to UFC. We beat 8-3, got 9-2. And like, that's the thing. Like, he has a 4-fight win streak right now against UFC caliber competition. 8-3, 9-2, 10-2, and 10-3. Like, that is damn good. That is damn good. And even some of the guys he beat in Shuto, which, by the way, shout out to him going to Shuto, not Pancrase, or like, just let's be honest, because Ryzen either puts together really good matchups or like 1-1 guys going at it, right? He went to Shuto, which do their best to put together really, really good matchups, unlike Deep, and Ryzen, which lean on the name more than anything with, you know, the lower ranked MMA guys. 5-4, 5-1 in his second and third fight, respectively, then a 23-7. Like, I respect that, man. I respect that. I'm pretty sure he had like something torn. It was his shoulder. He had a really bad shoulder injury, an upper body injury, if I'm not mistaken, going into one of those fights, and just like toughed it out and was able to get the win and out wrestle his opponent anyway. So I am going with the favorite, but I do like this matchup. I am going with Rinya Nakamura. Brady Heistat was actually supposed to be his opponent. So there you go. Carlos Vera also taking this fight on short notice, but this was like 3 weeks notice, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4. So shorter notice. Like, Vera hasn't had a full camp, but he's a regional guy at this point. He's ready to go. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. All right, let's get back to some of your comments. I'll show you Chris. Say hello to my little friend. Might have to. Hey, what's up, Denial? Good to see you. I hope Rinya continues to improve. Yeah, I think he will. He's still young. All right, next we got the big boys. Coming off getting kneed in the face and ground and pounded by Derek Lewis, who literally danced upon Marco Rogério de Lima's grave after destroying his jaw or his orbital bone, going full Fortnite, taking off his pants, running around. It was insane. He's back almost a year later. In this joke of a UFC heavyweight division, the Ultimate Fighter alumni, people forget, up against Justin Tafa. 7-3 as a pro. He's on a 3-fight win streak. It's no contest because his last opponent, who he brutally knocked out, Austin Lane, poked him in the eye. But he's 3-1-1 in his last 5 fights in the UFC. Marco Rogério de Lima, who's been around for a while, guys. He was on the Ultimate Fighter Brazil, the Chael and Vanderlei season. 3-2 in his last 5 fights. He did lose his last fight again. Brutally knocked out. Well, ground and pounded anyways. That was unbelievable by Derek Lewis. Anyways, the 30-year-old Tafa, part of a kickboxing lineage. His brother also mixing it up. Both of them fought in glory. 7 KO, TKO, 0 submissions, 0 decisions.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
That shit is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. 4-3 and 1 no contest in the UFC. Look, he's okay at getting back up to his feet, but he's very Mark Hunt-esque in this is heavyweight striking, not heavyweight MMA in his mind. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully he's continued to get better and using the cage to wall walk and working on his cardio so that he can fight to get back up to his feet against some of these big Brazilians who might just lay their big old bellies on him like a Rogério de Lima might do. But again, Rogério de Lima, he needs a comeback. He needs to send a message to the division. You know, it's not hard to get back to the top of heavyweight. You just need a couple good knockouts. So I think he might go for that as well. Anyways, back to Tafa 3-0 in XFC. And then a lot of people were like, Austin Lane was beating him until the eye poke, and boom, knocks him out in the first round. Beats Harry Hunsucker, but who hasn't? Lost to Jared Vandera. Oof, that's not good. Lost to a 9-1 guy, split decision. That's not bad. Beat a 5-2 guy. Lost to 5-0 guy in his debut, but he was 3-0 at the time. And again, 3 knockouts in XFC, 1 amateur fight. De Lima, like, has been around for a while, 38 years of age, so 8 years older than Tafa as well. Out of a great gym and American top team, 13 KO TKOs, 4 submissions, 4 decisions. Yeah, I believe he used to fight at middleweight, or was it light heavyweight? Regardless, 10-7 in the UFC, and he actually had a fight in Strikeforce. Yeah, beat an old Andre Arlovski and, you know, a Costa who is okay, I guess, you know, chicken leg of Costa, whatever. And then, yeah, I got brutally beat by Lewis. I mean, Ivanov beat him. It's like, I love Blago, don't get me wrong, but yeah, he's well past his prime, and I'll go for the underdog on this one. I got Justin Tafa knocking him out. There's no way Lima plays BJJ after his, you know, I don't think he plays it safe here. I think, you know, if he wants some big fights at heavyweight, if he is smart and recognizes, you know, even at 38 years old, all I need is 2 knockouts to get me right into title contention, because that's how bad this division is. Yeah, I think you'll go toe-to-toe with Tafa, and I think Tafa's going to knock him out. Everyone sucks at heavyweight, man. Everyone sucks at heavyweight. Tafa gets the KO, baby. Like I said, Tafa's like Mark Hunt. He's got no ground game, but hopefully he's worked on getting back up to his feet and worked on his cardio, where if De Lima wants to play that game later, like past the first round, hopefully there's just enough gas left in Tafa's tank to keep it on the feet and keep it scrapping. Overall, this is a coin flip if you want to be smart about this, though. But we're going with Justin Tafa, baby. Let's freaking go. All right. Man just needs to perfect his striking, submit faster on the ground. Yes, Nakamura. Justin Tafa going to get submitted. Tafa in second. Flying knee, dentistry. Folks, cooking on UFC embedded, and he's going to cook again in the Octagon Saturday night, baby. Big drama show. Let's go. Alderman makes a joke. Merab attempts to expand on the joke and ruins it. Oh, Merab. I used to, like, I was very upset with what Merab did to Aldo, but Merab has grown on me. All right, next fight on the card here, 7th one on the card. We have Amanda Lemos going up against Mackenzie Dern. Now, I will say Amanda Lemos got defeated in her last fight, brutally defeated by Weili Zhang, but it went the distance. Weili, though she dropped her many times, though she out-wrestled her, though she outstruck her, was not able to put her away because Amanda Lemos is... she's tough as nails. She's hard to put away, man. And when Weili started to fade at the end of the 4th and in the 5th, Lemos took advantage of that, right? Lemos took advantage of that. So I will give Lemos props in that one. She did get brutally beaten in that title fight, but she did not get absolutely knocked out and destroyed by freaking Jessica Andrade, all right? Like Mackenzie Dern did. Mackenzie Dern wants to play striking. Mackenzie Dern wants to play MMA, and Mackenzie Dern gets knocked the fuck out, okay? She gets brutally beaten up there in the cage. So she's going to have to get into that clinch early and force the takedown. Force the drag down, I should say, because she's never really shown that she just dives in for double legs and single legs and is successful with them anyways. If she tests her striking again against Amanda Lemos, a rangier and taller and better chin at this point in her career, a version of Andrade, like, I'm sorry, you're going to get absolutely destroyed. I don't care how old Lemos is. She's taken way less damage recently anyways than that of Mackenzie Dern if you look at their last fights head-to-head. I know the other one was 5 rounds, but when Weili started to fade, Amanda Lemos started to, crawl back anyways. And keyword crawl. Mackenzie Dern, 13-4 as a pro, 30 years of age, 8-4 in the UFC, 2-0 in LFA, 1-0 in Invicta. Again, she got destroyed by Jessica Andrade. She looked okay against Angela Hill. Xiaonan Yan absolutely pieced her up on the feet as well. Split decision against Tisha Torres. Oh, man. She's a submission. She's a submission artist. She's got no hand. She cannot strike. It's hard to watch. Amanda Lemos, 13-3 and 1-3-2 in her last 5 fights. Again, she's getting up there in age, but doesn't have a bad gas tank, dude. Doesn't have a bad gas tank. 8 KO, TKO, 3 submissions, 2 decisions. Like I said, she hits hard. 7-3 in the UFC, 3-0-1 in freaking Jungle Fight. Love Jungle Fight, dude. Yeah, Weili dominated, but couldn't put her out. Beat Marina Rodriguez. Beat Michelle Waterson Gomez. She's past her prime. Lost to Jessica Andrade, funny enough. Beat Angela Hill and had a good win streak. Beating some decent women there. 10-1, 14-2, 14-5, and 7-0. Not bad at all. I'm going with Amanda Lemos, man. I'm going with Amanda Lemos. She's going to brutally beat up Mackenzie Dern. She's going to keep this on the feet. She's not going to allow Dern to drag her to the ground. I do think Amanda Lemos is a way stronger. Having said that, like, if Dern gets her to the ground, like, she will beat her in the jiu-jitsu game. But if she just goes for straight takedowns or works the clinch up against the cage, I think Lemos' defense and strength will play a great part. I'm trusting that she's worked on her takedown defense because Weili was able to take her down with ease. Now, Weili did have more of like a wrestler's type of takedown, whereas Mackenzie Dern is dragged to the ground jiu-jitsu style, wishing you had a gi I could grab on the way down as well, right? So I'm trusting that of Lemos. I think she's way tougher. Weili couldn't finish her, like I said, and Dern's got nothing, absolutely nothing on the feet in comparison. So there we go. All right, back to the comments we go. Beef Fatty's hitting us up with some Japanese. What's up, Beef Fatty? Dern's 30 years of age. The degeneration of Dern's English is the most cringe shit ever. The Bryce Hall of women's strawweight. The Ryan Hall. The Bryce Mitchell and Ryan Hall. We going Dern with the Dern buns. Real Brazilian versus faux Brazilian. There you go. Imagine pretending not to know how to speak your own language to fit in. Sims pick Dern every time. Facts. Kemp's gonna beat the piss out of Dern. Or Lemos. I was like, Kemp. Dern's wrestling his ass. No pun intended. Lemos versus delayed KO like Pereira versus Jacoby. Whiplash. Yo, what's up, Ethan? Good to see you. Ryan Hall, that's it. There you go. There you go. All right, next fight here on the card. This one, again, should be an absolute banger as well. A lot of people sleeping on Anthony Hernandez. Fluffy Anthony Hernandez put together a great 4-fight win streak right now. 11-2 as a pro, going up against Roman Kopylov, who's not a prospect anymore. He's 32 years of age. He's out in Novosibirsk, Russia, which I imagine is somewhere north, right? Somewhere north, like Novokuznetsk or Chelyabinsk, somewhere you do not want to be. But if you're from there, you know, you're a tough human. You're a tough human. Anyways, 12-2 as a pro, also on a 4-fight win streak, 32 years of age. Let's take a look at Kopylov. 11 KO TKO, 0 submission, 1 decision. I like it. Never been knocked out. Been submitted once and lost via decision once. He's fought in ACB and 4-2 in the UFC. The thing is, his win streak hasn't been against the best guys. Now, he's been finishing all those fights, which is awesome, okay? He's been finishing all those fights, but Alessio Di Chirico, on his way out, was about to retire, finishes him. Soriano, yeah, he's 9-2, but not the best guy. One of the better guys on this recent run, but not the best guy. He finishes him. Claudio Ribeiro, fine. Again, kind of like Soriano. He's fine. Not the best, not the worst. He finished him. And Josh Frem, the really one-dimensional, just beat him up early as well. Now, they're not bad wins, okay? They're just nothing excellent. They're good wins that you need to put together in the UFC before you take that step up in competition. His only 2 losses have come to Carl Robinson and Albert Derive, which aren't the worst. He was on a great win streak before that. Going up against guys 15-5 when he was 4-0. He doesn't have a padded record, okay? He doesn't have a padded record. Now, Anthony Hernandez, tough freaking opponent. Like, there's a reason he's the favorite here. He's a little bit younger, right? He's got just as much experience, and he's dangerous at finishing guys, but via submission. And Kopylov has been finished via submission before. Mind you, that was a long time. That was early in his career. 2 KO TKO, yet he can box. 7 submission. His grappling is really, really good. He was able to drain the power bar of Marc-Andre Barriault, who Marc-Andre Barriault, you know, and I always said this as well, won the first and second round, but gassed at the pace that Hernandez was still coming, right? And was able to, I think he was able to get the Darce choke or the guillotine or whatever it was in the 3rd round in that fight. 2 decisions. Never lost via decision. His only 2 losses have come via knockout and submission. 5-2 in the UFC on a 4-fight win streak, just like Kopylov. 1-0 in LFA, and he had no contest in Contender Series. He beat Shabazian, who everyone said Shabazian was good. Shabazian actually sucks, but whatever. He beat him. This was an awesome fight to come back in. And it wasn't like he was getting beaten up in the first 2 rounds. I just think Barriault won the first 2 rounds. And he also beat Josh Fremd as well. And a good win against Rodolfo Vieira, who was undefeated that time. Lost to Kevin Holland, no shame in that. Beat Jung Young Park, who Jung Young Park is one of the better middleweights outside of the rankings. You guys know how high I am on him. Yeah, beat Brendan Allen in LFA, like, and went 9-1 as an amateur. Dude. I'm going with Kopylov only because I dropped a little bit of money on him, just because, like, hey, he's the underdog and he's a good finishing artist as well. I do think Anthony Hernandez is the better fighter. I do think he's the more well-rounded fighter. I'm just banking on Kopylov finding his mark because I think he has more power. And when those shots, when those combos to the gut and liver hit, or those hooks hit, I think they do damage. So going with Kopylov, but I do think Anthony Hernandez is the better fighter overall. Yeah, Kopylov's not as well-rounded. He's wicked strong, though. Hits hard, great striker. All-around good MMA fighter is Hernandez. Good boxing, too, in the pocket. Kopylov's never been KO'd, and the only time he was subbed was early in his career. So going with Kopylov, and not super confident with it, but that's my pick, locking it in. Let's get to the next one here, and we'll hit up your guys' comments. By the way, big shout out to Pick'em MMA, and thank you to our community here who helped him get to 1,000 freaking subscribers. Let's go, Pick'em MMA. You continued to crush it. Man, you put in such an effort and great work on your channel there. It doesn't go unnoticed, man. Keep up the great work. Let's freaking go, baby. Let's freaking go. My boy Roman, even though I'm scared he will lose. Denial always in denial every time. I don't think Denial has ever got a pick right. It's crazy. Cool if Roman wins, but I got Hernandez. It is in the name after all. Never bet against Bryce Hooper. Never bet against Big Chase Hooper. I'd love for Kopylov to get that head kick. I saw a compilation of Kopylov and the music for it still on my playlist. Happy memories of watching this guy fight. Is it on YouTube? I think I might have seen it. Because I remember noticing, I do remember noticing the music from one of his compilations as well. And Pickham's an exclusive member, no less, man. Going above and beyond to support this channel. Anthony Hernandez via Modelo. Here comes the squash match. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you, man. And happy to help. Like, happy to send a bunch of subscribers and our viewers to your channel as well. Pick'em and Isha, killing it. Keep up the good work, guys. Hey, appreciate it. About to go take a nap and live for the press, likely. Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, I'm doing a membership stream tonight. Some editing, as I have like 3 videos I'm behind on. And I interviewed Ben the Bane Davis last week, so it's a little bit late, but we didn't really talk too much about the Dolidze fight anyways, because why would we? We did talk about knees to grounded opponents, though, and he ripped on one championship a bit. So I got to edit that up and get a good night's sleep, because tomorrow we're streaming ACA and one championship back to back. Let's go, baby. But have a good nap, and again, thank you so much for all the support and being a member of the channel, and so happy to see you hit 1,000 subscribers. What's up, Anthony on TV? Good to see you, man. Kopylov is really good. I think he gets it done. Good to see you. Hope all is well. I think someone gifted me membership, Isha. Whatever. Still appreciate it. Join us on the membership stream if you are done streaming. We are going to be going over our top 5 regional highlights from the weekend. Oh, someone texted me. Can't wait for one on Prime. Forgot that was on tomorrow. Yeah. And I know last time people were like, oh, this one on Prime, it's not great. It delivered. 90% finish rate, 80% finish rate. So even if this one doesn't have any big names, even if some of the matchups are one-sided, we should see a lot of knockouts. It's going to be better than the Japan card, I'll tell you that much. Aljo would know about knees to grounded opponents. He would. Yeah. 2, there's 1 Friday fights tomorrow and fight night. Let's go. All right. Speaking of let's go, let's get this train back on the tracks. Number 9 on this card, Merab Dvalishvili against Henry C. Cejudo. It's crazy that Henry Cejudo is 37 years of age now. 16-3 for C in his pro MMA career. He is 4-1 in his last 5 fights. He did take a lot of time off. Off between his Dominic Cruz win and fighting Aljamain Sterling. Merab Dvalishvili has been more active. However, this last year, waiting for title shot, waiting for title contender or title eliminator, as that division is, and it's kind of his fault too, has been just jammed there with Sterling as a champ and then with O'Malley taking the belt. Things have changed storyline-wise. Despite that, 16-4 and on a tremendous win streak, 5-0 in his last 5 fights. He's 33 years of age. Let's take a look at Triple C, ladies and gentlemen. Babyface Triple C. That's the Triple C that I think of still. Out of fight ready in Arizona. 7 KO, TKO, 1 submission, 8 decisions. 10-3 in the UFC. Last loss was a split decision to Aljamain Sterling, a close decision. And before that, before taking 3 years off, beat Dominic Cruz, Marlon Moraes, TJ Dillashaw, Demetrius Johnson, Sergio Pettis, Wilson Reyes. What a tremendous streak it was. I mean, we know how good he is. Only lost to Demetrius Johnson, Joseph Benavidez in the UFC. Olympic gold medalist. Puts his striking and leg kicks together. Good wrestler. He's just getting up there in age, and it's... Let's see if the focus is back for this one, because he did say, look, I'm coming for the belt. If I lose a fight, if I lose this next fight, it's over. I'm going to retire. But if I win, then I'm going to keep chasing the belt. Merab, he's still chasing, baby. He's still chasing. 3 KO, TKO, 1 submission, 12 decisions, 9-2 in the UFC, 5-1 in Ring of Combat. Beat Piotr Jan, beat Jose Aldo the same way, just smothering them up against the cage. But beat Marlon Moraes, beat Cody Stamen. I mean, he has some really good wins. Beat John Dodson the same way as Little Saku beat him in Ryzen, actually. Beat Gustavo Lopez. Like, he's beaten really Casey Candy when he was 13-1. He's beaten really good guys by smothering them. Combat Sambo, which is cool that he went that direction. But man, yeah, I mean, you can't knock Merab for playing that style of mixed martial arts because it is mixed martial arts. It's just not the most exciting brand. He's got okay hands. We just never see them. We'll see them in the pocket, in and out of the clinch up against the cage or chasing the takedown. I do think this will be a close fight until the end of the second and third, where Merab, not to say that he has the better gas tank. I just think he's going to continue to pressure Cejudo, and Cejudo's going to be on the back foot more than not in this one. So I think Merab takes it. Not a bad underdog, Triple C though, at plus 160. I just think the pace, he's going to keep Henry Cejudo on the back foot the whole fight, and especially, I think he'll be back and forth early, but especially at the end of the second and third. Merab has not lost since 2018. That's nuts. Merab is a lot bigger than him. Henry does have the better boxing. I just don't think he's going to get the opportunity to find the distance or control the distance, find the range. I think this is probably going to be a boring fight. Merab is just faster too at this point as well. So yeah, going with Merab. All right, this one, I'm excited for this next one. Time for Haggerty to continue his reign of terror. Merab send Henry into retirement. Let's go, Triple C. 12 decisions, enough said. What a boring fighter, though. His game plan, ball hug. Henry had his chance. He was stubborn about it. Now he's done. Merab via coach betrayal. Henry should not have taken off his prime 3 years. I know, dude. I know. I think he does have a better gas tank, to be honest. Feel like there might be a late ground and pound stoppage, like 4 or 5. It's only 3 rounds, is it not? Is it 5 rounds? Yeah, it's only 3 rounds. It's not even the co-main event, bro. It's not even the co-main event. It's not even the featured fight. That's how good this card is. We have next Geoff and freaking Neal against, hands of steel, Neal against Ian Machado. Garry. Finally, we get to see Garry get knocked the fuck out.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Finally, we get to see Ian Garry get knocked out. And I cannot wait for Geoff Neal in the pocket uppercut to send him to the shadow realm, getting that number 1 loss. Mostly, I mean, I don't even hate Ian Garry. It sounds like I do. I just want to see Geoff Neal throw hands again. Because when Geoff Neal is dialed, he is good, man. Now, I know he lost against Shavkat, okay? But the first part of that fight was awesome. They were going back and forth. He was landing some big shots, too. And when he is dialed, he's such a fun striker to watch. So whether it's Ian Garry, who's, he's been yapping a little too much as of late. And honestly, he needs to be humbled for what he said about Neil Magny. Let's hope the hands of steel humbles him. 13-0 for Ian Garry. He is a good distance striker, though, which scares me because what is Geoff Neal not good at defending against? Distance strikers like Wonder Boy. 26 years of age. He's still so young. That's crazy, man. Undefeated, 13-0. Good distance striker, good kickboxer, good wrestler. And he has good counter wrestling, good at keeping the fight on the feet. Not that Geoff Neal is going to take this to the ground, although it might actually benefit him if he gets some guard work, land some ground and pound, to be perfectly honest. 7 KO, TKO, 1 submission, 5 decisions, 6-0 in the UFC, 7-0 in Cage Warriors, where he was a champion. He destroyed Neil Magny, but he didn't finish him. He knocked out Daniel Rodriguez. He beat Kenan Song, but Kenan Song rocked him and actually dropped him in that one. Actually, I think he's been dropped in a lot of his fights in Cage Warriors as well. I saw a compilation of it on YouTube. Look, he's good. What do you want me to say? Good distance striker, well-rounded, big and lanky. He's a dangerous prospect. That's still only 26 years of age. He's coming at the favorite for a reason. But we got hands of steel. Yeah, frickin' Neal. He's hands of steel for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. 33 years of age. He does have a weird resume, as we're going to take a look at here. 15-5 as a pro, 3-2 in his last... or 2-3 in his last 5 fights. He did lose his last fight, but what a fun fight that was while it lasted. Out of Fortis MMA, 9 KO, TKO, 2 submissions, 4 decisions, 7-3 in the UFC, 1-0 in LFA, 1-0 off Contender Series. What a, he lost in the 3rd round, standing rear naked choke after getting rocked. But that's the thing, it went early, but it went into round 3, and it was such a great fight. It was such a great fight. Demolished Vicente Luque, beat Santiago Ponzinibbio, lost to Neal Magny and, by decision in a weird way there. Lost to Stephen Thompson by decision. Stephen Thompson was doing what I imagine Ian Garry's going to do, in and out, distance side kicks to the legs and body. Geoff Neal does keep his guard up pretty high, so he does leave his body prone to kicks, and Ian does have good leg kicks and body kicks. And he's beat Bilal Muhammad, Nico Price, Mike Perry. He's got some good wins on his resume in the UFC and in LFAs. Lost to Kevin Holland. No shame in that. Kevin Holland was 7-2 at the time, and that was an XKO. But that's pretty much it. I mean, look at the guys he's lost to. Kevin Holland, Stephen Thompson, Neal Magny, and Shavkat Rakhmonov. Big names in the UFC. Now, Neal Magny, you probably want that one back because how he beats you, just smothers you or submits you late or finishes you late like, oh, Canada. That was horrendous. But other than that, like, he's fought better guys. He's gone to decision against better guys, and he's lost to better guys than that of Ian Garry. So I'm going with hands of steel. Ian Garry is going to get knocked the fuck out by Geoff Neal. Let's freaking go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's freaking go. Ian does not finish high-level guys. He doesn't. And Keenan Song dropped him. If Neal lands, it's welcome to the big leads, Machado, Garry. And if Neal's dialed, I think he will win this fight. He's fought guys that are better or as good as Ian Garry. And he has continued to fight those guys in the UFC. He was only finished by Shavkat in the UFC and before by Holland in 2017. Good takedown defense. Now, I know Ian Machado Garry is good at distance control. I know he's got good body kicks and low kicks. But Geoff Neal's fought guys as talented as Ian before. If he's dialed, if he's ready for this one, if he's on weight, if he's healthy, this one should be easy work for Geoff Neal. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, before we get to the co-main event, let's take a look at the live chat here. Please, and may gods let Geoff send this man to the shadow realm. Please, Geoff Neal, for all that is good and holy, please sleep this guy. Nah, Ian won't be there to be hit. You put Geoff Neal, Ian Garry, Marvin Vittori, Anthony Smith looks like they're albino orc brothers. Garry gonna surprise us all. Garry. Gary's a really good striker. Like I said, I don't even think it'd be surprised. He's the favorite. I think if Geoff Neal's dialed, he gets this one done, baby. My bad. I don't know what I'm smoking. I said in the stream last week, I'm putting the house on Neal. He was great against Shavkat and Bilal. P-Head, I'm coming for you, P-Head. Sorry I'm late. No worries, buddy. I just know Flavio Hernandez is going to hug and clinch to a boring decision. Kopylov is exciting as fuck. Yep, that is true. The Canada card gives me PTSD. Am I the only member? Ian Garry, the MMA guru. Song hits hard. Hey, what's up, Adebayo? I'm with you, Isha. Let's go, Geoff Neal. I want Costa to win. Borrachinha. What's up, JL? Guys, thank you so much for joining us here today for this membership, or for this picks and predictions video. We will get to the degenerate and safe parlay of the week. We will get to pumping our new project that we have coming up here, and we will talk about the membership stream in a moment. But let's get to the co-main event. We have Robert Whittaker against Paulo Costa, the eraser. Paulo Costa, 14-2 as a pro. He has signed the contract. Is he gonna? And he has done press. So we'll see if he actually makes it to the fight. 14-2. That's right. Paulo Costa only has 2 losses, and his 2 losses have come in his last 5 fights, as he is 3-2 in his last 5 fights. He fought He fought a year and 5 months ago against Luke Huckhold. Before then, 2 years ago, and 3 years before that. So he doesn't fight often. All right, unlike his opponent, Robert Whittaker. Paulo Costa, he is the underdog in this one. 14-2, like I said. 11 KO, TKO, 1 submission, 2 decisions. He did start off as a black belt in jiu-jitsu, which is crazy. 3-0 in jungle fights, 6-2 in the UFC. Beat Luke Rockhold. They both were gassed due to elevation in that one, but the fact that Rockhold was just standing there with the hands down and Costa was too gassed just to find it in him to get one more big shot, I was a little disappointed in that one. Lost to Marvin Vettori, but he was drunk the night before. Lost to Israel Adesanya, but Adesanya just showed that he was levels above him. Before then, had a great scrap against Yoel Romero, had a great scrap against Uriah Hall. Johnny Hendricks was a shadow of himself at that point, but he beat him there. A 6-2 and 13-5 guy before that. So like he just erased these guys who, again, in Jungle Fight, 11-2 and 11-1 respectively. He's just very one-dimensional with not a lot of reach, right? He does have good takedown defense, and he is strong when he has to employ some wrestling. He just that's not what he relies on, right? That's not what he relies on. And I do think, based on what we saw from Dricus du Plessis now against Sean Strickland, that he's way more of a versatile striker than that of Paulo Costa. So I don't think a straight jab from Costa is going to even reach Robert Whittaker, even if Robert Whittaker steps into it. And I don't think it will knock him down or out like Dricus did to him. Let's take a look at Whittaker. 24-7 as a pro, 33 years of age. He's getting up there in age, and he's been fighting a while, man. So maybe the chin is going. It would be sad if both Whittaker and Volkanovski, the start of their steep decline starts tonight or continues tonight. But anyways, only positive juju here. 3-2 in his last 5. Lost his last fight pretty brutally. Before them was another close loss to Israel Adesanya. The Reaper, 9 KO, TKO, 5 submissions, 10 decisions, 15-5 in the UFC, 7-1 in Cage Fighting Championship. Again, lost to Dricus du Plessis. Beat Marvin Vettori, and that was a good fight. He actually dismantled Marvin Vettori, and that's the thing. He's going to beat Costa like he beat Marvin Vettori, right? So I might as well say I'm picking Whittaker. He's going to beat Costa like he beat Marvin Vettori. He's going to beat Costa like he beat Kelvin Gastelum. He's going to beat Costa like he beat Jared Cannonier. Now, Jared Cannonier, hard-hitting, rangier guys do pose him a bigger threat. The shots that Cannonier were landing on him that hurt him were some of the, looked exactly like the shot actually that Dricus landed on him as well. So just keep that in mind. He was able to finish Brad Tavares, which no one can finish Brad Tavares. So I'm just interested to see how much gas he has left in the tank, how much his chin still has there. But again, yeah, I'm going with Robert Whittaker. Costa is stronger. Costa is bigger. If Costa wants to play the wrestling game, I know like Whittaker, former wrestler and played rugby, and he's strong, don't get me wrong, but like that could be an option for Costa that I don't think Whittaker and his team prepared for. I think Costa's low kicks, which he does have low kicks, will be there. He could blitz. He could out blitz the Blitz King in Whittaker at times, but I do think Costa's going to have to use his low kicks because Whittaker is going to be going side to side because Whittaker's way lighter on his feet, way less just stationary there, and has way better footwork. Let's be perfectly honest. He's way quicker too, even though he's 1 year older, but he's got fight years on him. Does Whittaker on Costa? He's got better cardio. He's got better footwork. Hopefully his chin was just hurt, not gone. Whittaker doesn't have the finishing ability that Costa has. Costa obviously has that finishing ability, that scary finishing ability to erase people. I just don't think he's going to get it done with a jab like Dricus does. Costa, too simple of a style again, especially if he doesn't mix up any of the wrestling or grappling. So I think Whittaker is just prepared for this, man. Whittaker moves a lot better, and Whittaker's jab is going to be perfect, given that Whittaker has the reach advantage on T-Rex arms. Costa, I'm going Whittaker. Like I said, locking it in. This one's like the most highly contested one. Our live chat was fighting over this one. Twitter's been fighting over this one. El Matador against Alex the Great. We'll get into it in one moment. I want the child of Gary's wife's ex to watch him get flatlined. You see Luque versus Buckley. Brady is out. Oh, I did not see that. That's actually a worse matchup for Luque, I think. I'm tired of this Robert bullshit. Yeah, JL's like the only person on the planet who doesn't like Robert Whittaker. Who thinks Paulo's actually fighting. I think he is. Going to be a better fight, in my opinion. Brady is a walking injury, it seems. Another 29-28. I think so. It does seem that way, Denial. Just his fight style. Surprise, JL. Ill-claimed injury. What the fuck? I'm so disgusted. I'm mixing things up. Ian Garry is a fucking pneumonia head. Robert legit said last year, I'm in the best shape of my life. No injuries, no distraction. I'm 100% dialed in. Listen, Robert is cool, but is ridiculous. How is he ridiculous? Paulo's lucky he's even in this fight. Paulo Costa has T-Rex arms, like 72 inches of reach. Yeah, he's got tiny arms. I like Robert, but it's always excuses. Is he the first time? Oh, I was rushing in the second. Oh, I was robbed. African Prince. Oh, I had injuries and wasn't focused at welterweight. It was the weight cut. I mean, yeah, he does have excuses. That's fair. That's fair. Bobby Knuckles going to prove he still got it. Imagine if Robert gets bounced all over the place by Paulo freaking Costa. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope we don't see the beginning of the end for Volk and Whittaker here tonight. I can't handle to see that, Hank. If Costa wins, people will claim, oh, he's washed or he was caught. No, I think people know exactly. Well, yeah, they'll say he was caught because that's what Paulo Costa does. Paulo Costa is not a better fighter than Whittaker, even if he wins, right? And he never will be. Whittaker is way more of a well-rounded fighter, former champ. Costa is good at what he does, and that's cracking guys. Because we never see him use his jiu-jitsu at this level. So yeah, people will say that, but people have to say something. And I don't think washed is fair yet. They'll say he got caught, and that is accurate. Robert Copper Whittaker. Rob won the second. Is he fight, in my opinion? I think so too. Robocop finished Tavares in brutal fashion, but it's really hard to put him out. Love Robocop. Bobby Knuckles for the win. Volk gonna show levels. Volk style and Ilia, I'm calling it here. The young man's done. Done, I tell you. You put me in there, I'll get it done. I apologize for my comments. No, it's all good. It's all good. They're good. No, but it's a good conversation. Good conversation. I'm going to grill on a steak, eh? Nothing to apologize for. Yeah, nothing to apologize for. Volk via old man energy. I love Alex, but I think he's a bit arrogant this week. You think Alex been more arrogant than Topuria? One thing that sucks with the UFC pay-per-view cards is 30 minutes allocated to each fight until the main card. So some finishes going to be a long talking ass night, but hopefully some good fights. Absolutely. I'd rather see knockouts and buffer time than non-knockouts and no buffer time. Yeah, I was just going to say arrogant fits Ilia way more. Ilia is just a humble servant, guys. All right, main event of the evening. Let's get into it. Alexander Volkanovski against Ilia Topuria. Alexander Volkanovski, 35 years of age, up against a 27-year-old Topuria, 14-0 for Topuria, and he's just continued to level up in the UFC. Fought lanky strikers, fought guys bigger than him, fought jiu-jitsu guys, fought wrestlers, fought the Josh Emmets of the world, beaten them all. But Alex, he's not called the Great. He's not called the Great for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, his stint at lightweight didn't go so well. His first attempt, though, was an awesome fight back and forth against Machado. Second one, when you're drinking beers, eating steaks, not in Brazil like Moicano, and you come in without that preparation, without all that training that you didn't like in the first one to get it, ever so close, he got knocked out. I'm not surprised. I just don't want this to be the beginning of the end because sometimes that changes people. It is even right now at -110 a piece. Volkanovski was seemingly unbreakable until he wasn't. 26-3 as a pro. He is 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Those 2 losses have only come to Islam Makhachev. 13 KO, TKO, 3 submissions, 10 decisions. He is. What's up, Sean? I see Sean Cosgrove in the live chat. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. 13-2 in the UFC, 4-1 in Australia Fighting Championship, and 3-0 in Rochambeau, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the head kick, hammer fist, we all saw that. We know how it happened there. He beat Yair Rodriguez after losing to Islam Makhachev to defend or to unify the belt, for then beat Max Holloway, Chan Sung Jun. That was a one-sided, just absolute battery on the Korean Zombie. Great fight against Ortega where he faced some adversity, came back and was able to get the win. Max Holloway twice before that. Aldo, Mendez, Elkins, Jeremy Kennedy, Shane Young. I mean, Shane Young at that time kind of was good, I think. Hirota, whatever. Anyways, he's got some tremendous wins on his resume. He has been fighting the same people, though, over and over again, it seems like, in the last 5 years. So this is something different. Is it going to motivate him and make him better? Kind of like what we saw in the Yair Rodriguez fight, because that was one-sided as hell, maybe. Or is this the passing of the baton? Is this the new blood of well-rounded guys like in Topuria, who is a great grappler, who's got power, and who's just well-rounded, man. He's well-rounded. He's championship material for sure. 4 KO TKOs, also spend some time at MMA Masters. 4 KO TKOs, 8 submission, 2 decisions, 6-0 in the UFC, 3-0 in a mixed fight. Josh Emmett was an awesome win. Bryce Mitchell was an awesome win. Jai Herbert was an awesome win. Ryan Hall, awesome win. Everyone was scared to fight Ryan Hall, and he did not let him ankle pick him. Damon Action Jackson, man, that's a hard win too coming up. I mean, you look at his wins in the UFC, were great. Now, some of his wins in Brave weren't the best, like this guy making their debut, but he beat a 6-1 guy. He beat a 7-1 guy in Cage Warriors. That's right. It's fun. Cage Warriors, mixed fight, Brave, UFC. If there's anyone ready as far as being well-rounded, not going to lean on a single tool, it's Topuria, man. It's Topuria. However, I have to believe it to see it as far as the decline of Alex Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski can defend pretty much anybody's takedown. I think Volkanovski has shown that he can get out of crazier threats on the ground, lankier threats on the ground than that of Ortega. I think Alex Volkanovski showed that he's tough as nails. Even after getting dropped in fights, he's able to get back up to his feet. Now, that is a ticking time bomb. I'm not going to lean on that per se, and that's why if he gets dropped multiple times in this one, or if it's a one-way traffic win to a decision or finish, then I'll start believing, okay, this is the fall of Alexander Volkanovski. Topuria is good, man, but he's not great yet. He's not Alex the Great. He's not Alex Volkanovski who's going to defend his belt again at 145, ladies and gentlemen. I can feel it. I can feel it. Until I see him get brutally defeated in his own weight class, prepared, I can't pick against him yet. I just can't. Look, both are good everywhere. Topuria has passed all the styles tests in the UFC. Volk has awesome low kicks. I know Topuria has even addressed this in his press conference. He's already thinking about it. Volk has overall fought better strikers in his MMA career. He's fought Max Holloway 3 freaking times. All right? He's beat guys with power on full camps. He might be the toughest guy that Topuria has ever fought. Topuria, though, beaming with confidence, 8 years younger. Like I said, if Volk goes down easy, whether it's a finish or it's just a one-way traffic decision, then I'll start believing. Then in my next pick in his fight, I'll start keeping that in mind. But that head kick wasn't the beginning of the end yet. This, if he loses in brutal fashion, this is the official beginning of the end. I need to see it to believe it. We're going with Alex the Great. Let me know your picks in the comments and in the live chat as well. Quickly, before we get back to the comments here, the degenerate parlay of the week, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. The degenerate and safe parlay of the week. I got him here. This is brought to you by our friend Volkan in the live chat. The degenerate parlay, okay? The degenerate parlay. We going with Val Woodburn. We going with Mackenzie frickin' Dern. And number 3 in this degenerate parlay of the week, we're going with Justin Tafa. We need 2 knockouts and a submission, basically, and one of them might happen. All right, safe parlay of the week. We're going Danny Barlow, easy money. We're going with Rinya Nakamura, and we're going with Miranda Maverick. Safe parlay of the week, degenerate parlay of the week. Guys, some announcements here coming up. Again, we will get to your comments here. But announcement coming up here. Still polishing up the channel, and we will not be posting on the channel for a few weeks until we get it to at least 250 subscribers. So we need your help. That is right. Every Monday, moving forward, the City Life Project has teamed up with Rush Hour Fight Club, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. We have teamed up with Jay Smooth for a 2-hour, pretty much MMA radio style talk show every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to start the first 4 to 6 weeks simultaneously streaming it on his channel and my channel. But as soon as we get to 250 subscribers on this new channel in the live chat here, again, we're polishing up the channel, but shout out to Jay Smooth, who made an excellent logo. We'll update everything else on the channel description, banner, all that stuff. But go subscribe right now. Link is in the chat. And again, 2 hours, MMA talk show, recent news, crazy stories, 2 segments, 2 10-minute segments of the show to interact with you guys, the listeners, as well. We're filling a void in MMA YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. We need some MMA talk radios, Sirius XM style talk show on YouTube that can be a little bit more uncensored, that can be a little bit more edgy, that can cover the entire landscape of combat sports, much like Jay and I do anyway. So again, Ariel just does interviews. We're doing real talk sports radio, JL. Real sports talk radio, baby. I mean, Ariel just interview. Like, we will bring in interviews. We will bring in experts to talk about certain things, but it's mostly going to have that, AM talk radio style. I shouldn't even say AM because that's old school because everything's on the internet now. But I guess you'll just have to see it to see the vibe. It's going to be something different. But again, we're streaming the first 4 to 6 weeks or until we get to 200 subscribers on this YouTube channel. We're going to be streaming it on both Jay Smooth's channel, Rush Hour Fight Club, and the City Life Project here. And then we'll move the entire show over to the Rush City Fight Show YouTube channel after that. So there's the big news, ladies and gentlemen. There's the big news. But anyways, back to the comments here. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the main event. By the way, we have a membership stream right after this. It's about a half an hour after this, as I will be setting it up. Total sweetheart, trust us. Nah, Ilia's too confident. Volk, okay, maybe his fans are saying Ilia is disrespectful, but he believes he will win and people are in awe that someone has a chance. See, you move the goalpost for arrogant way too much. Some things are arrogant to you, some aren't. So it's you gotta be more black and white with it. Some guys can't be arrogant, some guys can if they're both by definition arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Costa's body shots are wicked, and that's what put down Whittaker. Phil Kessel is so back. He's back with the Vancouver Canucks. It's a beautiful thing. He's arrogant as hell, man. Changed his record on socials and trying. Yeah, see, like, if Topuria was going up against, say, an Israel Adesanya, and I know the weight differences, but one of JL's guys, he'd be the worst guy on the planet. I'm telling you. He's just playing. See now, JL. If this was against one of your guys, you would say this is the most disrespectful shit out there. I know it. I really don't care at this point. I like them both, so I'm just excited for the fight. He's making everyone tune in. Yep. Ilia hasn't said anything disrespectful. It's working. Ilia's been respectful. Yeah, dude's trying to be like McGregor and Aldo. Build up definitely is bringing eyes. Everyone's going to suck when he loses, though. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think both... I'm excited for this fight, like I said. I don't really... I mean, I like Volkanovski. I'm not like a super fan of him. I do like him. How can you not like his style, right? He brings it every single fight, even in his decisions, wins or losses. So it is sad to see like the greats go, which like I don't want to see. But at the same time, like I don't care if Henry Cejudo loses. But for the main event, I just want a good fight. It'll be cool if the baton is passed. It'll be cool if Volk defends. And also because I'll get my pick right. I see polls and Volk is winning 7-3 at the worst. People are claiming Volk is being counted out. I was fucking eating steaks and drinking beers in Australia. And these motherfuckers call me to fight Islam short notice. Alex wants money. Alex Money Volkanovski. I love Alexander, but what do they want Ilia to say? Alexander, Mr. Volkanovski, you're my superior. You're the best featherweight of all time, and I'm privileged to be in the same city as you. No, I don't think that at all. Only 2 decisions. And I have money on Alexander, so I don't want to hear Ilia fanboy. Yes, that's exactly what he should say. No one wanted to fight Ilia. It was hard for him to fight. I think he can get it done. Just got tickets for Cage Warriors Dublin. Let's go for Team KF. It's not like Alex declined. Ilia is really good and young. Yeah, dude, this fight's awesome. I'm excited. Wait, yeah, the inter champ fought the undisputed champ next. He didn't have the 3 more fights. 3 more guys. Oh, wait a minute. Why isn't Tom? Oh, yeah. I'm not giving a prediction because I'm split. Ilia Topuria is a little shit bro. Can't even decide on a nationality. I thought you had money on Volk. Volk said, oh, Ilia's training footage isn't impressive. That's such a weird thing to base things off.
impressed by your performance?
Volk's got the power of the Lord on his side with Bryce Mitchell behind him. Freedom! I have money on Alexander, but I'm scared. Ilia, the German, Spanish, Georgian. Volkan has a great eye for the underdogs. He does. Volkan's been cleaning up lately. Let the curse flow. Berbers. Yeah. The fuck is the degenerate parlay? A risky parlay. I don't want to cry at Volk's loss again. And Dylan will be there too, lurking somewhere with a grand piano behind him, I'm sure. So Ariel focuses more on interviews. I'm like, we will have interviews, we will have live guests, we will have pre-recorded guests, but like nothing more than like 10 minutes of the show. So it's very much going to be like talk radio. Yes, was wanting something like this for MMA. Yeah, I can't wait. Awesome, let's go. Ryzen has a chance against UFC. My matzo balls, you guys. Isha Helwani. The guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm. City Live, City Man. Man, you know me too well. Just favorite fighters is Izzy, all you need to know. Charlie Chips too. Volkanovski has fought some iffy fighters. Only real wins was Aldo and Holloway first fight. I don't know. Mendez was really good at that time as well. And I mean, he fought Holloway 3 times. That's 3 times he fought a really good fighter. One of the better fighters in that division. Thanks so much for joining, Charlie. Yes, maybe I'm still bitter. Alexander still Gamrot's backup opportunity. DGen bet for tonight. Bruins, Rangers, Canucks, Bucks, Warriors, Timberwolves plus 668. Let's go. Imagine that sounded being your favorite fighter. Gamrot would have destroyed Islam's leg with his mind. Imagine judging someone for who they like. Ortega should have won. But Yair's zombie name value are trash. Well, Yair's not that trash, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say Yair's like, you know, upper echelon, but he is better than like, I don't know, he's kind of like between 10 and 5. You know what I mean? He's like somewhere, he's like in the top 10, but lower than 5. You know what I mean? So I'll say that. I'll say that. Ortega, I mean, should have won. He could have won. He had 2 opportunities to win, but Volk just got out of those chokes. I remember that was crazy. Ortega had like a little bit of helium at one point before getting banged up. Did you see Dylan's tweets about Chandler? Terrible joke. Hope he gets his ass kicked. I haven't. I haven't been too active in Discord or on social this early part of the week, and you know that's why the membership stream is coming a little late, just because I've been so busy with work. Ortega should have retired. That's what he should have done. Done. Ortega said he will ruin all the contenders, so Ilia will be forced to fight him. Again, guys, one last time, go subscribe to this channel. We are going to update like the about. We'll post like an intro video on it eventually. Maybe we'll post some clips, some like shorts from the stream and show to get more eyes on it. I'm going to polish up the banner a little bit, but shout out to Jay Smooth, man, with that amazing profile picture, that amazing logo. Can't wait. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 2-hour show. MMA Sports Talk Radio, man. Let's go. To diss Volk's resume shows you are a casual. What's up, West Coast? And we'll leave it at that, guys. We'll leave it at that. Appreciate every single one of you joining us here tonight. Smash that like button and subscribe. Comment your best and favorite underdogs on this card in the comment section. And we'll see you guys, exclusive members anyways, for the membership stream in like 20 to 30 minutes time. I got Timu to sponsor one of my videos. Let's go. Fishing with H. Guys, go subscribe to Fishing with H, one of our friends and big supporters on the channel. By the way, what's up? Dude, it's great to see all the success that you're having. Hope you get to 1,000 subs soon as well. Timestamps will be posted if you just joined us now. Want to watch this video later. Membership stream next. Tomorrow, bright and early, we got ACA and then one fight night, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. Thank you for joining as always, buddy. We'll see you guys who are members on the membership stream in a little bit. Peace.
Yeah.